Good Monday morning, kids. Today is your first day doing online instruction without me, so I wanted to show you how to take notes. And this week, we're going to be learning a little bit about statistical questions, and that is lesson 9.1 in our textbook. And I want to show you how to set up your Cornell notes. The first thing you need to do is put your name in the top right-hand corner, then the period. So I wrote period 2, and then I wrote the subject math. And then I wrote the date, which happens to be August 24th, 2020. You're then going to put your title, and I wrote statistical questions. I wrote 9.1 because that is the section in our book. After that, you usually have an essential question or you have a learning objective. And our essential question is, what type of question will give you varying responses every time you ask? So by the end of today, you should be able to answer that question at the bottom of your notes. This section of your notes is for questions that you may ask, or I may ask of you while you're taking your notes. So after you're done taking your notes, you would ask those questions. Then this part is for your notes. So I am going to be giving you notes today. So I am going to start off with a statistical question. Has an answer derived from collectible data. And there is variability in the data. So I'd like to remind you that you can pause this video at any time so that you can write this down at your own speed. So a statistical question has an answer derived from collectible data, and there is variability in the data. Variability means that the answers change, that you can have different answers. So I'm going to make sure I write that. There is more than one answer. So if I was taking my notes and revising my notes later on, I may ask the question, what is a statistical question? And I would type that here. So I'm just going to write that here. So I'm going to write that for you. What is a statistical question? Since it's the beginning of the year, but later on in the year, you should be able to come up with these questions on your own. Okay, and you should probably be writing your notes all in blue. I'm writing them in different colors just so you can get the idea and see a little bit better about what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's give you an example. An example of a statistical question is, how many minutes does an average 6th grader typically spend on homework each night? That is a statistical question because every one of you is going to have a different answer. So maybe Joey says he spends 30 minutes. Maybe Jasleen says she spends 13 minutes on homework a night. Maybe another kid named Sam spends 2 hours on homework. Every kid is different, so it's just going to differ. So that would make it a statistical question. Now, a non-example, that means it's not a statistical question, is how many minutes did you spend on homework last night? So, my suggestion is come up with a question that you could ask that would go with this section of your notes. And then, at the very end of your notes, down here at the bottom, you should be reflecting and be able to answer the question. Up here, what type of question will give you varying responses every time you ask? So for example, I'm going to start your reflection for you. The type of question, oops, I can't spell today. The type of question that gives you varying responses is, and you're going to answer that. And then you're going to give me your own type of, sorry, let me move my camera. Give you varying responses is, and then you're going to give me an example. And you'll have to come up with your own type of question that's going to have more than one response. And I'll give you one, but you can't use mine. What is your favorite breed of dog? Could be one. How many dogs do you own? What is the shoe size of Mrs. Reller's second period math class? Those are questions that everybody's going to have a different answer to.